ليكن يومك للشعب ودادا ليكن حبك للأرض مداد.
He said he saw Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said, there is no son of Adam that resembles Ibrahim than he, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Proceeding on the journey with Al-Burraq, they made their first stop in Medina on their way to Jerusalem. Their first stop in Medina, and it was not so long during this incident that the people of Medina came to meet the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to patronize him to come over to their city, to live in their city. They had their second stop in Mount Sinai. Mount Sinai is the Jabal Musa, where Allah taught Musa a lesson. Musa received revelation from this mountain I'm talking about. There was even a time Allah taught Musa a lesson that he said he wanted to see Allah. Allah said, you can't see me. And he insisted, and Allah just struck his light. Musa collapsed. So, that's Mount Sinai. They had another stop in Bethlehem. They had their first stop around the grave of Musa alayhi salam. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam mentioned that he passed by Musa on his Isra journey, and he saw Musa in his grave standing, praying to Allah. And the grave of Musa is located just a stone throw away from Masjid al-Aqsa, Bayt al-Maqdis. Then they ended up getting to Masjid al-Aqsa in Jerusalem. On getting there, Jibreel alayhi salam, he tied the Burraq and they entered into the masjid. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he observed Istahiyyatul Masjid, the two nafila you have to make upon entering into the masjid. Now, Tahiyyatul Masjid is a sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, this is just a correlation that whenever we enter into a masjid, we need to observe the two sunnah rak'ah. Jibreel alayhi salam, upon finishing the nawafil, the two rak'ah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, فَالْتَفَتْتُ فَرَأَيْتُ جَمِيعَ الْأَنْبِيَاءِ. As I turned my back, then I saw the prophets of Allah, over 124,000 of prophets, the prophets of Allah gathered, waiting to pray behind Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This shows that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the leaders of all ummah put together. One of the hadiths of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says by himself that Ana Sayyid Walad Adam Yawm al-Qiyamah wala Fakhr, that I am the leader of all children of Adam on the day of judgment, wala Fakhr. And this is not me boasting here, it is a reality. Now, Jibreel alayhi salam, he went to call the adhan. Upon calling the adhan, angels from the heavens descended as well to pray behind all the prophets of Allah. The prophets sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he became the imam of all prophets. He led them in prayers. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was narrating to his sahabas as he was saying, describing some of the prophets that he met. He said, Musa alayhi salam is a man who is gifted with a good physique. And his look, it looks like the people of Senu, one of the Arab tribe. And he said, he saw Isa, Jesus the son of noble Mary, that he resembles one of his Sahaba, Urwa ibn Mas'ud al-Thaqafi. He's whitish in color. And he saw him in a situation where he saw water around his body, like he just came out from shower. He said he saw Ibrahim alayhi salam. Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said, there is no son of Adam that resembles Ibrahim than he, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now, they are about to proceed on the journey to the heavens. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he got out of Bayt al-Maqdis, and Jibreel alayhi salam was ready to fly him up to the skies. Jibreel held him, taking the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and they flew up to the first heaven. Upon getting to the first heaven, the gatekeeper of the first heaven, he asked, Man anta? Who is this? Who are you? Jibreel replied that, I am Jibreel. And he said, Waman ma'ak? Who is with you? Jibreel replied, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is with me. And he asked, has he been called for? Jibreel said, Naam, qad bu'itha ilayhi, that he has been called for. Then the gatekeeper of the first heaven opened the door of the first heaven. They entered into the first heaven. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he met Adam alayhi salam. Adam alayhi salam, upon sighting the Prophet, he said, Marhaban ibn salih wa nabiy salih. Welcome, O righteous son and righteous prophet. They exchanged pleasantries. Adam alayhi salam wished the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam well, and they proceeded on to the second heaven. Upon getting to the second heaven, the same line of interaction that happened before getting to the first heaven happened between Jibreel and also the gatekeeper of the second heaven. What did they meet? They met Musa and Yahya. Upon entering there, they met Musa and Yahya. Musa and Yahya, by the way, are maternal cousins. So they met both of them. Prophet ﷺ met both of them, and they exchanged pleasantries on to the third heaven. Third heaven, they met Yusuf alayhi salam. Upon sighting Yusuf, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam says that he met Yusuf during his journey on Isra Walihmiraj, and Yusuf was given half of beauty. Now, getting to the next heaven, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam met Idris alayhi salam. They exchanged pleasantries, and on to the next heaven, where he met Harun, the brother to Musa. Now, after meeting Harun, on to the next heaven, he met Ibrahim alayhi salam. He met Musa alayhi salam. Upon meeting Musa, Musa started crying. The Prophet ﷺ was saying, what's going on? Why are you crying? Musa, he said, the reason why he's crying is because someone, a prophet who came after him, is going to have a lot of people, ummah, in paradise than his own ummah. So Musa was jealous of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then, upon getting to the seventh heaven, he met Ibrahim alayhi salam. Upon sighting Ibrahim, they met Ibrahim resting around the Bayt al-Ma'mur. The Bayt al-Ma'mur, I'll be describing it inshallah in the next episode as we proceed on the story of Isra Walihmiraj. ولكن نحن لولاك لما شئنا اتحاد